Hello, I'm Martin Brossman, and I wanted to bring you in, Colleen, today to really talk about what an amazing contribution to my business is, so others people will understand what you do, but also consider making the jump that I did to bring you in. Really is social media, handling my calendar, really way more than any type of virtual assistant. It's really the managing the things that I'm not best at,
right,
so that I can spend more time doing what I'm best at. And that's the thing. And I just want to ask you some questions about it, but the biggest thing is to hear from the customer, we so much appreciate you have Colleen. Now, I'm hoping it's not because I was such a train wreck before. But I mean, I'm kind of an ADD idea person and flowing, and and I am best at helping people make more money when I'm in that zone.
right,
Versus scheduling my events and getting the core concepts of social media out.
right.
So that it's my voice. Mm-hmm. So then if I meet someone, I know what it is.
Well, thank you. Mostly what I do is, of course, take care of your scheduling. And what people don't realize is you are, like now, you're booked solid till June. So, I mean, taking care of your scheduling is not 1 or 2 appointments a week and saying, oh, that's it. It's hours a week. Yep. Taking care of calling people back, getting that schedule, get the time set, it's back and forth, and getting enough, making sure you have enough time to get to where you have to be, because it's all out of town for the most part. So there's a lot involved with that, and then once that all gets set, then we get into the e-newsletters, the monthly newsletters going out, the weekly newsletters going out with those events. We get into getting those events on social media,
Right.
so that other people know about them that may not be on your mailing list, or don't have time to read e-newsletters coming in, things like that. So we get a lot of motion going on in all aspects of social media, along with the calendar scheduling and making sure that you have. You're where you need to be when you're supposed to be there.
And that's it. So, I mean, and we've talked about, we have great talks together of kind of, you'll run by something like, would you like me to handle this? Mm-hmm. Or what decisions? Right. So it's almost like you've helped me develop guidelines for the business and made sure it's okay with me, so that you had the authority to make certain decisions, which are invaluable. An example is, you've booked so that I have enough downtime so I don't burn myself out and get sick.
Right.
I mean, literally.
Exactly.
You'll be blocked. Do not schedule this. And sure enough, I'm just such an intense person. Now, most people are maybe more balanced than that, but I'm not.
Well, right.
That there's blocks in there, so that there's like, oh, I need to, I need the recovery from this trip and these things. Mm-hmm. So it's so much more than just scheduling. And you can't, I just want to say, I mean, not that there aren't resources offshore, you can't understand these nuances or handling customer situations and know when to engage me with somebody in a different culture that doesn't understand what's going on.
Well, exactly. There's sometimes that I have to take that client and say, okay, wait, you need to talk to them, Martin.
Yeah, right.
For whatever reason, I know I've come to the limit where you actually have to get involved with them.
Yeah.
And I know that because I know who I'm dealing with. I know I know the tones that are coming off of their voices or whatever they're saying, And so I take the initiative to say, hey, you really need to call these, and I schedule it on your calendar.
Absolutely. I just had one this morning. It's terrific.
Yeah.
And I said, you need to reach me again. You're a director. This is important. Contact Colleen. That's the top priority,
Right. And so you have to be able to know that difference. And if you're from a different culture, that's going to be obviously a lot harder.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to understand.
With that is, I just want to tell you, I've looked at the bottom line. I am, I just want to say, I am massively, it's been a tremendous payoff in my business and the bottom line for it.
Awesome.
Because, if you think about it, the truth is we all have gifts at what we're good at. Mm-hmm. And the more we can be out providing return on investment on those, the better value we are in our greater community.
Exactly.
And so that's what I am not good at, those things. Now, finding things, hearing the questions that people have, and bringing them in, and then we have a private community we work where I pass them in. Mm-hmm. Then you decide what content goes out, and then you'll see from the content, this is a topic, these would be other contents. Mm-hmm. So I want to also say we have a flow, because I don't want somebody helping me with social media generating a crank, or if I met them on the street and they go, I really like such and such, I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And so it really has to come by me, but amplified by you, in a sense.
Right. Well, with you and I, we have a community, and any of the links you want information to go out on, you put in there, or any of your new blogs or anything like that. And that's one way to do it. The other way that it can be done is anything that I would post, if somebody isn't that involved in social media like you, anything that I would post, I can do a spreadsheet and let them know exactly what I've posted. So if somebody does say, oh, hey, I really like that article, they at least know that was posted on one of their sites, which site it was posted on, and they can at least, somewhat comment intelligently, not like, oh, what did I post, and act like they didn't post it.
Yeah.
So
and that's it. The level of involvement of the client, you seem to be very comfortable with adjusting to.
Right.
Right,
and I can do that. If they don't want to be involved much at all, I can work with that. It's not the prime way by any means, but I can do that if they're too busy or whatever it may be. And I can work that way, or with somebody like you that has more of an input into what you want out there, and then use what you want. That's great too.
What would you say is the best way for someone to get ready for working with someone like you? I mean, what's the steps they need to take? What should they think about? Because, one of those things is when you completely work entirely on your own, you do need to think a little bit of the separation of task and stuff before you're involving someone else. But I know you helped me develop that too.
Right. Well, the main thing is with clients, it's very, very hard to help a client that does not have most of their programs cloud-based. Mm-hmm. So if they don't have an online email account, whether it's Gmail or Outlook Exchange or something like, if they actually just have through their host, they just bring it into their own computer through Outlook or something like that. If they don't have a database that's online and they're just keeping it on a spreadsheet on their computer or something like that, it takes a lot more work to get them online. It's to get them set up so that they can be helped. So that not that it can't be done, it just takes a lot more work to get them to that point of being able to help them. So in this day and age, I always tell everybody that they should have stuff pretty much online and backed up in a different place online, so that they're not putting all their eggs in one basket in case something crashes.
And you're really good on security watching, liability risk. I mean, it almost seems to be in your blood from your other tasks you've done. It's like watching your back for, wanting you need to watch this area, someone could hack into that. And that's to me another important piece of having someone feeling like someone's watching your back in business for your reputation online and other issues too.
Well, and that's what I try to pride myself in, is being a team player, a team member, not just somebody doing work for my clients, but somebody that learns about what they do once, so that I understand it well, pretty well, and so that I'm working with them in a team form, not just as somebody outside doing some sort of work.
Yeah, basically I wanted to get you here to just talk a little bit about the process and what a tremendous asset it's been to me. Many of you know me, and just so you know, is my joke is my wife has the hardest job and Colleen the second hardest, but it's also just such a relief when I can focus on keep working towards doing what I'm best at helping others, and then building out the team that helps with the thing I'm not as effective at, Right. And thanks very much.
Well, thank you.
And how can they contact you?
I can be contacted at 919-858-6122.
Excellent. Well, thanks. This is Martin Brossman, and look forward to hearing your comments below. And thanks again, Colleen.
Thanks, Martin.